Welcome back to McNulty's Book Corral. Once again, I'm digging deep into the comic book boxes, and nostalgia plays a role here as I'm going through them. I've discovered that it sparks a lot of memories. These are good memories, generally speaking, and it's a lot of fun going through them. I don't know if I'm providing any useful information to anybody, which would be the goal, I guess, except to say that if you have young readers in the household, comic books are a good way to get them involved in reading. So today, I have made very little progress. You can't see the mess that this area is in here. I did come across the Detective Comics box, or one of them, and here we have Detective Comics. Detective Comics in the late 50s was really fun to read. You had the Adam West, Burt Ward TV show in the 60s. What I'm showing you now is a little bit before that. So here is what was typical of the period. In the late 50s, Batman was constantly meeting aliens and so forth, and they were silly, but for a 9-year-old, they were not. You know, it was something really cool. And that's the perspective that's lost today. They don't make comic books for young readers anymore. At least DC and Marvel don't. They make them for the collector's market, the perceived collector's market, which is a bunch of shit. But you heard it from me first. Aliens, and here is Prisoners of the Dark World. I believe Sheldon Moldoff did all these covers, by the way. Here's an early Clayface. So there were alien creatures, there were monsters, there were dinosaurs. Here's another classic alien cover. This would be Detective Comics $2.99. The Condemned Batman. These are in pretty good shape too. I really was pleased to collect these, and I have some originals from my childhood as well. Targets of the Alien Z-Ray. You know, this was when Batman was, again, the science fiction element that became prevalent in the 1950s, UFOs, aliens, and so forth. The return of Clayface. Just a lot of interesting stuff. This is actually one of my favorite covers from the period. It features Batman, Batwoman, and Robin. Alpha, the experimental man. Take a look at the 1950s. Well, this has to be the 60s because it just had gone to 12 cents. But the artwork is typical of the period. Batman, the Flame Master, the Jungle Man of Gotham City. And this is before they put the yellow emblem, the bat signal emblem on Batman. And then we have the Batcopter. Hey, it's the Batcopter. Dr. No-Face, inspired by Ian Fleming, do you think? Mm-hmm. This is a funny one. The Mummy Crime Fighters. Batman was facing off against monsters and aliens in the late 50s. And then the New Look happened. Here is the issue that introduces the New Look. Just dropped a comic book. I have 16 boxes stacked up around me, and I had to lean over and find the damn thing. Anyways, the New Look. Where were we? Okay, the New Look. This is what Detective Comics really took off now. The TV show was coming, and the cover artwork became exceptional during this period, and I'm going to show you more of those too. Take 212. Take 212. Okay, we were talking about the New Look. Hunters of the Elephant Graveyard. What a superb cover this is. The Outsider. Remember The Outsider? Oh, that became fun. The Outsider Strikes Again. I have that other issue here somewhere. The inside story of The Outsider. Look at the cover artwork by Infantino and Anderson did that. The famous Batgirl issue. Look at this Joker cover. I just think it's fantastic. Back in the day, of course, in the 60s, it was not unusual that comic book heroes would somehow get transformed into a giant. This happened to Superboy, it happened to Superman, and everybody in between. Batgirl, get over here, help us, we've got a problem. She says, I have a bigger one. A run in my tights. Oh, and guess what? I must have thought it was funny. Okay? That's right. Detective Comics 400. This would be a Neil Adams cover with none other than Man Bat. Here is one of the most haunting covers from Detective Comics from, this must be the 70s. This is number 403. Cover artwork was so incredible, especially if Neil Adams or Dick Giordano does not get the credit he deserves for Batman, by the way. It's usually Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams, but Dick Giordano did a lot of these issues, and he was great. I believe this is a Neil Adams, my favorite guy right there. Here's a Bernie Wrightson cover from 1972. Look at this. When comic books were fun, that should be the name of this, huh? These are not completely out of order. I am shocked. Alright, so in this box I found the original Legends of the Dark Knight, which started with number 0. That's really goofy. And then they did what I hate. They did the first issue in multiple colors. And back then I was willing to buy them. I don't buy alternate covers at all now. But the point I'm making here is that the original run, which runs all the way down to here, this was a good Batman series. It was really interesting to read. They tied off the stories every few issues, and they were willing to try and do new things. Batman was, again, occasionally a detective. Imagine that. Issue 50 was so great with the embossed cover. This was a really good series, a really good Batman series. The original Legends of the Dark Knight was just a hoot to read. Thanks for watching yet another wacky episode where I'm digging deep into the comic book boxes and experiencing a lot of nostalgia, and I'm probably having more fun filming these than you are in watching them. But all the same, carry on, stay well, stay happy, feed your brain, read a book.